So number two, let's start with the sticky note, the humble sticky note. Now, if you think about a sticky note, there are immediate limitations to it. A sticky note is for various purposes, but it's not suited well for other ones. And this is what I want to equate to the whole concept of having a wide margin Bible. Now, in having a wide margin Bible, if you're going to be working through your reading plan, there are good ways and not so good ways to try to fill in that space that's allotted to you. You have this precious real estate, but it's finite, it's limited. And so you want to figure out how to best use that real estate. And with a wide margin Bible, in my opinion, we should correlate it to the sticky note approach. So, what kind of things do you write on sticky notes? Well, you write words, sometimes just a singular word. You write words, phrases, or perhaps a complete sentence or two. What I want to suggest to you is that a wide margin Bible, in terms of this level of writing, is best suited for the sticky note approach. So, what you're going to be thinking of here is in terms of verses. So, sticky note approach, verse approach. You only have limited space here. So, the kind of things that you want to write need to deal with any or every verse that's on the page. So, therefore, you would only have room to write a word, a phrase, or maybe a sentence, depending on what level of impact that verse has and how you want to capture that in the form of writing. So you have your wide margin Bible. You're in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 31, in that passage we just mentioned. So what do you want to write about it? Well, maybe you want to write something simple. And you should want to write something simple because the more space you spend writing on that verse, the less space you have left for all the other verses that are also on that page. So think here of the greatest level of impact that it has for you and write an important word that it draws your attention to, or a concept in the form of a phrase, or one simple applicatory takeaway in the form of a sentence. This, I think, is what wide margin Bibles are best suited for. If you can find one that is in a verse by verse orientation, which is to say, every subsequent verse starts back at the far end of the page instead of in paragraph form, then you can actually do this even better because it's easier to correlate each of those verses to what you're writing off to the side margin. And obviously, you can't do this kind of thing if you don't have a wide margin Bible because there's just simply not enough space for it. But this is something that you should be doing as you're making your way through your Bible reading. Now, you don't have to do it for every verse, but if you stick to this, maybe something in verse 31 stands out to you this time and you're making your way through Ephesians 5. But let's say next time you read something in verse 32 or verse 30 stands out to you. You don't have to do this all in one pass. You can do this and build on it in layers as you keep working your way through. And that's kind of the beauty of it, is that you're capturing your dialogue so that when you come to it the subsequent time, you're not just reading through the scriptures, but you're being reminded of perhaps the insights that you had last time, last year, last month, whatever. And it's not left to memory because chances are you probably forgot what you thought about that verse if it weren't for the fact that you wrote it down. So suddenly you're retaining and re-retaining the things that you've already considered. And then in those additional spaces that you haven't dealt with in terms of writing a word, a phrase, or a sentence, now you're filling that in. And so you're just building in this active reading approach.